Chairman Harrison, there's been so much excitement around the DNC, so much history around the events that have been happening, and I saw you on stage on the first day just kind of beaming. It seemed like you wanted to go in even more. How are you feeling?
If I had more minutes, I would have.
I noticed that, so I wanted to say, after you left last night, after you left out the first night, what were the thoughts that were sitting with you? We saw Reverend Jackson come out on stage. We talked about Shirley Chisholm. We had Jasmine Crockett. And now Vice President Kamala Harris on this ticket.
You know, I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking long and hard about this moment. And I've been thinking about what it means if we and when we win. I want you to imagine something. January 2025. Cold winter day in Washington, D.C. On the steps of the U.S. Capitol, a building built by slaves. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson standing on that stage, holding the Frederick Douglass Bible. And our MVP putting her hand on that Bible. Black woman, an AKA, an HBCU grad, with her hand up saying, I swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. That can happen, but the way that it happens is all on us. We got to turn out like our freedoms and our rights depend on it, because you know what? They do. And then we can make that history. We can make that history and continue to make our ancestors proud for how far we have come. You know, this is the moment that I think about each and every day. It's just doing everything in my power to make that dream a reality.
You have been leading the charge, crafting the messaging. I do want to ask, what do you, if we see Vice President Kamala Harris now become President of the United States, carrying on the Biden legacy, what are some of the changes that you may want to see, or not just changes, maybe they are just kind of doubling down or increasing upon?
Well, you know, Joe Biden has done such tremendous work. He's been a transformational president, and he's been a president that has always seen us, always heard us and valued us. Yeah, think about this. He served as the able lieutenant of the first black man president of the United States. Never stabbed him in the back. Always by his side, supporting him 100%. And then, when he got the opportunity to pick a VP, who did he pick? He picked a black woman. And then when the pressures were that, you know, it was about time to turn over the baton, he gave that baton willingly to that black woman. That's who Joe Biden is. This is a man who changed the primary calendar to put black folks first.
We don't talk about that as much anymore. Yeah.
So think about how that fundamental, not just this year, but how it changes the game. So now, instead of being in Iowa talking about ethanol, you are in South Carolina talking about HBCUs and black infant mortality rates. That is changing the conversation. Joe Biden saw us, said, no, you're not going to sit in the back of the bus. You're going to be driving the damn bus. That is what I'm talking about. And Kamala Harris is going to make her own traditions. This is a black woman with a black woman's experience. She understands the hardships, the pain, where that friction comes. And her administration is going to be able to address that in a way that no other administration has ever done. And so I am excited. I get goosebumps.
You got me more excited when you describe the scene. Lastly, though, because I know they're going to take you. What is the work that has to be done when you leave here?
Well, this is the thing. Dr. King gave us our instructions on this moment. In his letter from a Birmingham jail, he said, we will repent not merely for the hateful words and actions of the bad people, but for the appalling silence of the good people. That means good people have to stand up, because silence is not going to vote. Silence is saying, now I'm going to give my vote and my voice to somebody else to make a decision about me and my family and my community. So folks, you got to stand up. You can't complain about where the world is. You got to make sure that you do something in order to change that world. Yeah. And that one thing is to vote.
You heard it here. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And I look forward to talking with you again.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Thank you.